The transportation penny tax is the subject of much debate here in the Peach State, but it will be up to you to decide on July 31st if it goes into effect or not. Chairman of Citizens Against TSPLOST, Ned Sanders, is here to talk to me about why he opposes the sales tax. Mr. Sanders, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure to be here, and I think it's a public service that we talk about this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The TSPLOST, you've said that it's an oppressive tax on local governments. Tell me why you think that.
Well, first of all, this is a tax increase. This is not a continuation of a local sales tax like we normally have.
So it's a local sales tax on top of other local sales taxes.
Well, it's a state sales tax on top of local. It's a state sales tax on top of local sales taxes. And that's important because we're talking about things that are state responsibilities here. Mm-hmm. The maintenance of the state highways and the federal highways and the bridges and the ports, the airports, those are all state responsibilities. Those are not local responsibilities of the counties and the cities. And yet the General Assembly is asking us to assume that responsibility.
So you're saying
and that's asking too much in a time of recession, in a time where our taxpayers today are having a hard time of meeting their tax obligations. And now the General Assembly is asking us to take, on our behalf, taking us to take the responsibility to increase our sales tax from 7% to 8%. And not only that, but they're asking us to do it for 10 years.
So you're saying the state is basically not doing its job, correct?
Well, I'm disappointed that the General Assembly would pass this down to us at the local levels. You have to ask yourself, does the General Assembly have the political willpower in order to impose a tax on us rather than asking us to self-impose a tax on ourselves? Mm-hmm. And so you have to wonder about their courage politically as to whether or not that really is properly placed when they want to transfer this responsibility down to us. Now, really, they ought to be assuming their responsibility.
I want to give you a hypothetical. If the TSPLOST does pass, what's the biggest negative that you see?
Well,
happening?
If it does pass, of course, it increases taxes on everyone for 10 years. It also puts at peril the future passing of any special purpose local option sales tax, in which all of the funds stay right here in the county and in our cities.
Do you say that because people won't want another tax?
They may not want to renew a special purpose local option sales tax, which merely would keep it at the same level that it is now. Because if this passes, it goes from 7% to 8%, at least until the expiration of any local special sales taxes expire.
Now, one of the proponents of the TSPLOST say that it will increase safety in our area, transportation safety. Do you agree with that, or do you think that the sales tax we can wait on?
Well, they're saying that we'll have an increase in safety only if we pass that. And I don't buy that as being a truism. And the reason I say that, the implication seems to be if we don't pass this TSPLOST, that there won't be any continuation of road projects, of new construction, of widening, of intersection improvements, and traffic light synchronization, and all those other traffic issues. And that's not true, because they already have about 4 or 5 different sources of revenue, and now they're asking for another source of revenue, and they're asking for it from us locally.
All right. Mr. Sanders, that's all the time we have for today. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
I wish we had more time.
I know. It's a big issue, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And again,
go vote. And I encourage everyone to go vote on now, as a matter of fact, and the 31st of July.
Okay, 31st of July, you'll be able to cast your vote on the transportation penny tax. Now, early voting started yesterday, so if you want to beat the crowds on the last day of the month, now's your chance.